Despite the prevailing adverse effects of the global economy, Ghana's GDP has grown to more than 3% in the first quarter of 2022, according to the country's statistical service. The West African nation's economy is, however, feeling the pinch of the Ukraine crisis, which has triggered inflation in many countries around the world. Now, the rise in oil prices have also increased the cost of food commodities in the country, leaving analysts worried about the situation. Let's have more details of that in this report.
Ghana's Statistical Service says GDP grew by 3.3% in the first quarter of this year, with strong contributions from the services and agriculture sectors. But economic growth was down compared to the same period last year, when GDP expanded by 3.6%.
Ghana's economy is reeling from the effects of high inflation, which rose to almost 28% in May. That means the prices of everything from food to fuel have shot up.
Analysts say supply chain disruptions caused by the Russia-Ukraine conflict have also slowed down Ghana's economy significantly.
Since it's a supply-based issue, what do we do to produce our own fertilizers? What do we do to produce our own wheat so we can then get the flour that we need? What do we do so we can manufacture our own iron rods rather than import them from Ukraine and all that? So I think that it should serve as a basis for us to begin to look at what we can produce.
The hike in fuel prices has also pushed up the cost of living in Ghana. Ghana produces more than 170,000 barrels of crude oil a day, but most of it is exported due to lack of refinement facilities.
For oil, which is key, there should be new conversations about how the contracts that we have looks like and how we can see the areas or aspects of it that can be modified so that our dependence on the importation of it will be substituted with the domestic production. And also, of course, the state of our oil refinery has to be looked at so that even if we can make an alternative arrangement with our share of the crude oil and the processing of it can be done here.
The government had projected a growth rate of 5.4% this year, but analysts say while the Russia-Ukraine conflict lingers, it could fall well short.